Let's go, let's go, let's go. Shaolin 6 Radio, welcome back. Yo man, something really dope. Something that I came across the other day. Something that I didn't think I was gonna, well, I knew I was gonna like it. I just didn't know how much I was gonna like it. It's also something that I think I didn't expect. And so when I came across it just blew my mind away, man. This is such a solid project. We're going to start off by saying that. Shaolin 6 Radio. Dutch from the 5th, Dutchavelli. I had no idea that Dutchavelli and Stefflon Don were related. The reason why I had no idea is because, one, I think Stefflon Don is, without going too much into it, I think she's generic by way of female artist. I think she's quite a generic female artist, so I'm not really checking for Stefflon Don. Therefore, I'm not really checking for anyone that's around Stefflon Don. Dutchavelli, man, this year took me by surprise, man. And also, why does it feel like Dutchavelli has been around for time? This is, if I'm not wrong, this is his first project. But why does it feel like this should be like his third or fourth or fifth? I feel like Dutchavelli has been around for quite some time, but then when you look at his discography, this is his first project. If am I wrong? Am I mistaken? The people that specialize in grime, could you drop me a comment, tell me about other Dutchavelli albums or mixtapes? Because I don't know why, but it feels like this is the first one. It shouldn't be the first one. If you guys get me, he feels like a grime artist. Am I saying that right? Am I even referring to him in the correct way as a grime artist? What are the politics of grime music? Because I know that a lot of people have politics around grime music, but to me, if somebody asked me, yo, what music from the UK, which artist, what's the vibe, I'd say Dutchavelli, man. This year, 16 tracks. You guys know how I feel about 16 tracks. I think 13 to 14 is decent. Yes, 16 is perfectly fine as well, so no sweat over there. Dutchavelli, man, I think but for COVID, Dutchavelli would have hit this year on a high one, man. First time I ever came across Dutchavelli, I think I was on YouTube, just randomly listening to stuff, and that song came, man. That really grime song, if only if you knew. And I heard it, and I was like, is this guy's voice exactly how it sounds? And then I dug into it a little bit more, and I was like, oh shit, this guy actually sounds like he sounds. And I was like, yo, I am hooked. I am 100% hooked. And since then, I've been like, just looking for Dutchavelli, keeping an eye out for Dutchavelli, and trying to listen on to things. He's won a couple of awards, which is quite dope, I think. And I think with the progress that he's made in the music industry and how quick the progress has gone, I think maybe perhaps that's why I feel like he's a seasoned artist and that this is not his first project. Again, if I'm wrong and there's a project before this one, let me know. But as far as I know, this is his first complete project. And man, what a project. Where do we begin? The intro is fire. Kaka is fire, Segregation is fire, Chink Splash is fire, and then you get I'll Call You Back. And this is where I talk about diversity. This is where I talk about if you're an artist and you're really about that life, you can switch it on and you can switch it off anytime you want. You can go left and you can go right anytime you want. You can do a 360 anytime you want. Because what you have is a natural element, and what you have is a natural flow and a natural gift. So when you get to I'll Call You Back, it kind of hits you in the face and you're like, whoa, what's this? And you're listening to it and you kind of just appreciate the fact that this guy goes from, my phone is vibrating. Yo, why does this always happen to me when I'm recording? When I'm not recording, the phone does not vibrate. No one messages me. I don't get calls from the office. Not a single damn thing. As soon as this mic goes on, I'm getting calls, message. What is it? What is this karma? Anyway, Dutchavelli, man, back to what I was saying. I'll call you back. It's such a deep track. It is such a deep track, and you can feel the vibe. You can feel him when he spits. You know what I mean? It's such a deep vibe. You can feel it, and it kind of just throws you. It kind of just throws you off a bit. You're like, whoa, this guy is super talented. You know what I mean? It's not like 16 grime songs about, you know, the drugs and I'll kill you when I see you. It's none of that. It's diversity that makes a project interesting, because there's a flavor for everyone, and I think that's pretty dope. When you get to number 5, I'll call you back. It kind of switches on your mind, and you're like, whoa, this guy over here, he's talented. You know, he's talented. And then you get to Only If You Knew. Only If You Knew is a very popular track. That's actually how I got on Dutchavelli. So I wasn't, if Dutchavelli had projects before, I didn't know about them. As soon as he did If Only If You Knew, that's when I started listening to him. And Only If You Knew is so hard. It is it is so hard. Yo, this whole project is hard. He said something like throwing them in the bin like Brenda's baby. No, he said something like throwing them in the bin like Brenda. And I was like, yo, that reference right there just absolutely killed me. Let's talk about the beat selection just before I carry on. This beat selection is really, really dope. Like grime and a little bit of diversity there in the grime. It's not your generic, you know, I don't even know if I'm doing it right, but it's not your generic composition of hi-hats within the beats. It's diverse, and I think that's really, really dope. Kaka, you listen to the beat, and this is what gets you going, because 16 songs is a struggle when it's not done the right way, but 16 songs is a pleasure when it's done the right way. I mean, we were talking about number 5, I'll Call You Back, and I was like, that's so dope. And then we get on to Only If You Knew, fire. 2 a.m, fire as well. And then Bando Diaries. I mean, we're going from solid track to solid track to solid track. I think number 10 is below average. Number 10 is just, I'm gonna say it, man. Number 10 is a whack track, bro. And I don't know what it is. I think it's the feature on here that kind of makes me want to turn off. My brain is like, what is this? Like, what is she saying? Is this a female, by the way, or is this a dude? I don't know what this is, but number 10, I kind of switch off, and number 10, I easily skip. I just easily skip number 10. Number 10 does nothing for me, bro. That feature to me is a weak feature. It does nothing for me. So I skip number 10, and I think number 10 is the weakest one out of all these tracks. You could do with removing number 10 and keeping it a 15-track song. That would have been perfectly fine. You can do with taking out number 10 and taking out number 12, and this will be a solid project. Just a personal preference. I know a lot of people are going to listen to this and think number 12 is a really, really nice tune. To me, I'm skipping number 10 and number 12. Yo, you guys understand what he just said? He said someone pulled an empty gun on him, right? He grabbed the empty gun and beat the guy with the empty gun. So you just got beaten up with your own stick. Woo, heavy, man. Listen to me. We're back to talking about diversity. We're back to talking about skill. Never Really Mine. Never Really Mine is a dope, powerful track. You listen to the entire album and then you come across Never Really Mine, and then it just makes you realize how much of a dope artist Dutchavelli is, how much of a solid artist he is, because Never Really Mine, my only disappointment is that Never Really Mine is only 2 minutes and 19 seconds. That's literally my only disappointment. I wish the song was longer. Such a dope track, And then 00, you guys know about it. The video just came out the other day. 00, what? Nah. Yo, me singing along to it is not doing it any justice. Dutch from the fifth. I swear you, if this is what's to come from Dutchavelli, then I'm here for it. And I just can't wait to hear more from him. I don't know how long I've been talking for, but I'm gonna do some cut editing because I genuinely I listen to a track about 3 times before I do one of these, just so that I can get a better grasp of some of the things that I've missed, maybe like a second opinion on something. And this was like the easiest thing that I could listen to because it was such a pleasure listening to it. Dope, dope project. I know on Spotify it says album, but I've seen other places it says mixtape. I don't care what this is. I treat it like it is. It's a project from a dope artist, Dutchavelli. Before, only if you knew, I had never heard of him, but now he's like easily top 5 favorite UK artists, and this year's a solid project, man. I hope videos come out for this project because I feel like making videos will boost the project a little bit higher. He's doing great numbers so far, and I hope that he continues to do great numbers. It's such a dope project, and I think this is what's missing sometimes is just, you know, like some solid grime projects. You know what I mean? Just like solid grime. I feel like too many UK artists try to copy Americans, and I feel like this is where your flavor disappears a bit. But if you just stick to your roots and you stick to your guns and you stick to what you know, you create something that is so original and something that is so raw. I give you an example. Like to me, I've never understood why British people say no cap. No cap. That's capping. Like that's an American term. That's an American way of speaking. You don't need to copy that. You can figure out your own noun, adjective, whatever the hell it is. But when you start putting that in your music and you start copying what the Americans do, to me it's kind of like a fail. So when you start going, yeah, he was capping, no cap bro, no cap bro, I'm just like, I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to listen to what you have to say. I don't want to listen to none of that shit. As soon as you do stuff like that, you just throw me off. So I'm happy that Dutchavelli, his project is like a solid 10 out of 10. I'll say 9. I'll say 9 because those 2 features. And by the way, I'm squeezing the 9. Yeah, I'm really squeezing the 9. Pause. But those 2 features, we don't need them. Other than that, it's a solid project, man. And this is what I want to listen to when I listen to a grime artist. You know, I want to listen to a grime artist talk the way he talks from where he's from. I don't know where Dutchavelli is from, north, south, I don't know, but I wanna listen to him talk the way he talks. I don't want to listen to him talk with like this American influence of saying no cap, you're capping, yo bruv, you're capping. Like I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear what it sounds like where you're from. You know what I mean? If I want to listen to someone say no cap, I'll go listen to Tiger or Little Pump or something. But I want to listen to this. And Dutch from the fifth, man, it does not fail. Salute to Dutchavelli. Really dope. Really dope artist, and I wish him longevity, and I hope that there's more projects to come. I have a lot of faith in this guy. His rhyming style is very catchy. It's not too complex. He's not trying to throw syllables around. He's just trying to, you know, he's just trying to go in on the track, and I really like that sometimes. And I think Dutchavelli has done a really good project. Recommend me some grime artists if you guys want. I'd be more than happy to listen to. I know I've been listening to Abracadabra. Those 2 popular singles, I've been listening to that. But yeah, recommend me some grime artists if you want. Tell me what you guys thought about Dutch from the fifth. That question that I had early on about whether this was his first project. If it is not his first project, just whisper in my ear. Tell me what other projects he has by way of mixtape or albums. And I'm now a Dutchavelli fan. So, you know, word life. I'm now a Dutchavelli fan. If you didn't like the album, just let me know. If you liked it, let me know as well. Let's have a discussion about this. And also, can we please have a discussion about imitating Americans, please? Because why am I listening to you if all you're gonna do is just imitate Americans? Like, do you not have your own style where you're from? Do you have to say no cap? Well, what is no cap? Seriously, what's a no cap? I don't get it. You know, that's it from me, man. I'm out. Shaolin 6 Radio. Let's go. Shaolin 6 on the track.